Thank you to Kiwi Design for sponsoring this video. What's up, guys? I know we all can agree that having a comfortable head strap is important, but remember we were talking about how much getting the Quest into that optimal viewing space on the Quest 3S was important, especially with those Fresnel lenses. Well, not too long ago, Kiwi Design released the K4 Boost and the H4 Boost. We're gonna take a close look at both of them today, but we're gonna start with the H4 Boost. The H4 Boost has not left my Quest 3S since I got it, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Of course, with halo straps, you get this nice, even balance that pins against more of your forehead instead of your face. That's always nice when it comes to halo straps. But what really strikes me about the H4 Boost is the adjustability. But anybody who's really concerned about comfort, especially not having those red rings around your face when you're done playing or working out in your headset, these adjustment points here are critical. These allow you to push the headset forward. So you can see here, it's pushed forward right now. You can tighten the headset to your face by pushing these adjustment points back a bit. So this is gonna be hard to show you, but I just wanna show you how cool this is. So if I can push this adjustment all the way against my face, it tightens the facial interface right down to my face. I can't fit a finger behind there, but you can push this forward, and now there's enough space to get a whole hand behind the facial interface there. So my face can breathe, it's not actually touching my face. So that gives you an additional place to relieve the pressure off of your face. You can move the facial interface just a tad bit forward or back, depending on your preference. And it has nothing to do with the adjustment dial on the back. It's really, really nice. There is no excuse you can't find at least some way to make this the most comfortable head strap that you can use. So I'm currently using the Quest 3S for fitness usage. Just being able to have this kind of just hang in front of my face and not actually touch my face during a workout is so clutch. It's amazing. It made me actually enjoy doing harder workouts in my Quest because I don't have sweat and all this crap kind of building up inside of the headset. One of the upgrades from their previous design is the hidden adjustment knob on the back. So this leaves the back of the headset completely flat. So if you want to use it lying down, you don't have a big notch sticking out of the back here to get in the way. Here's a shot of the older Kiwi Design head strap. You can see that it's a little bit more bumpy, a little lumpy on the back. They've completely smoothed that out now, so you can lay this down against a pillow or a couch and it doesn't feel so bad. But like I was saying about the adjustment of the Fresnel lenses, one of the really key features of the H4 Boost is this little connection device here at the top. This connects to where you would normally strap the strap under this. And before we talk about that, looping this strap under that little bar, if you've switched head straps, you know how annoying it is to have to take everything apart to do that. This snaps right onto that little ledge there and it snaps off. So it really reduces the speed of switching head straps if that's something you're into. But more importantly, this knob here at the top allows you to raise and lower the headset. And by doing so, you can get the Quest directly in front of your eyes, exactly how you want it, matching up with your IPD. With the Quest 3S, you can see here, I might want to get this part of the Quest right in front of my eyes. And normally you would just kind of move this around and then clamp it down to your head as tight as possible, but I can leave this loose and then raise or drop how much the Quest is in front of my eyes. And you don't have to tighten the head strap after you've positioned it there. And for obvious reasons, I'm a big fan of halo straps because of this piece being the part that actually pushes against your face. Well, not really your face, but your forehead. They've even thought to make that a little bit cooler by adding a gap in between this forehead pad right here at the top. So that's nice. So if you're using this for fitness or anything like that, there's a little bit more airflow there without any additional fans or anything like that. With all of these adjustment points, the field of vision adjustment points, I think that's what they call it, the adjustment knob on the back, and then the forehead razor lower knob here, as well as the adjustment strap on the top, you can position this thing to have the Quest floating right in front of your face and not even touching your skin. So, okay, I'll stop gushing about how comfortable it is. Let's talk about some of the other specs. Both the H4 Boost and the K4 Boost support dual fast charging. Let me explain what that means. So you can get both the Quest and the head strap up to about 65% in 1 hour. That's about 2.5 hours of gameplay worth of battery. And I found that to be true. They did send me their 45-watt charger to test that out, and the numbers hold up. The other convenient part of that is that the dual fast charging flowing from the battery up to the Quest just gives you one place to charge. Now, the battery is not detachable, and I know some people might feel a certain way about that, but there is some convenience in being able to just plug this in, charge it up, and play for an extended period of time. Now, for the H4 boost, there is a cable that will kind of dangle if you take it off. I have used the old school Kiwi design cable strap here, or cable connector, cable link, cable holder. I don't know what you want to call it. You can see I have that here. So it keeps the cable from being a little bit too loose. I think they still sell this on their website. I use that so this doesn't have too much of a loop out here. Now on the K4 boost, it's a really well-designed setup here. There's only a little bit of cable right there. So even when it's unplugged, it just doesn't really go anywhere. It's really nice. So it's nice that they've hidden the rest of the cable through the back of the head strap. Very minimal design. So when I'm using this, I just charge it up, play for as long as I want. And what I've found is I'm only usually burning the battery out of the head strap, and I never make it to the Quest. I don't have a whole lot of time to play, but it has not failed me yet. Only a very, very extended session, like 2 hours plus, will get me all the way down to the point where I start to use the Quest battery. So I pretty much leave this plugged in all the time, and I only end up using the battery here, and it just stays plugged into my Quest. I did worry about like whether or not that was gonna be a problem, just kind of constantly having my Quest charging, but Kiwi Design did inform me that the battery rating has been certified on here. So you're not gonna get some kind of crazy overheating or exploding battery situation. There is a battery safety and performance certification on these batteries, so you can charge in peace without worrying too much. Another thing that the H4 boost has over the K4 boost is this little notch here. And I love when they include these, just giving me the ability to pop off the headset without actually feeling like I'm gonna break my speaker. Just a little tab there allows me to just pull that off. I love it. As for the K4 boost, there's not a whole lot to report. It is a standard Elite strap, but it comes with all of those great features that are in the H4 boost. You have the battery certification, so you can kind of use this as an all-in-one, just plug into your battery and never really have to unplug this thing from your Quest. The K4 boost really does come in handy because there's a little less going on to it. If you don't mind the face pressure of having the facial interface against your face, then this one's for you. There's a lot less plastic, there's a lot less going on, and it might feel a little bit more lightweight for those who are used to an Elite strap. Thanks again to Kiwi Design for sponsoring this video. If you're looking for accessories for your Quest products, Kiwi Design recently has become a Made for Quest partner. I have been a longtime fan since way before they decided to sponsor the channel, and their products just work and they look nice, so that's a bonus. If you're interested in other Kiwi Design products, you can check out the link in the description and enter the code TheConstruct for a slight discount. If you haven't subscribed, I suggest you try it. The button is right down there, and we'll see you here next time in The Construct. Peace.